When we begin road training, we start approximately 5 to 10 kilometers away from the loft. At this point, we release the birds 2 to 3 times. The training routine remains consistent. The birds are trained, landed, trapped, and rewarded with peanuts. Gradually, we increase the distance of our training tosses to 20, 30, and 40 kilometers. We spend 3 training sessions at each location. During the 3rd session at each location, we perform single tosses for each bird. This step is crucial for the young bird's education, as it encourages independence and builds confidence in their ability to navigate. Each bird is released individually, approximately 10 minutes apart, relying solely on its homing skills. Single tosses are only conducted after the bird has been to the location at least twice with the group. We believe that our birds should possess both physical maturity and mental ability to race and home successfully at a young age. The most effective way to teach this is through single tosses. For shorter training locations like 5, 10, and 20 kilometers, these tosses can be conducted 2 to 3 times a day. It is more beneficial for the birds to have 2 20-kilometer tosses rather than 1 at 40 kilometers, as it provides them with more experience. The feeding and watering routine remains consistent, ensuring that the birds always have access to food and water. Peanuts can be alternated with dehusked sunflower seeds. When selecting release locations for our birds, we always try to find large landmarks that can be seen from great distances. After reaching the 50-kilometer toss location, all training tosses are performed individually. The birds must learn to fly independently from this point onward, and the direction can be adjusted based on the location of your loft. An important aspect to note is that the birds are always sent to training tosses with a full tank of energy, having been fully fed and watered at all times. Hunger is the most detrimental factor for our racing birds. If a bird becomes hungry during a training toss or race, it can experience memory loss, fatigue, and weight loss, all of which can lead to serious problems. The bird's survival instincts become more important than homing, often resulting in the loss of the bird. If the birds tend to fly from south to northeast, they will likely head towards land first, east, before flying north. In such cases, it is advisable to perform single tosses with at least a 10-minute interval. Releasing the birds too close together will cause them to wait for each other and fly home as a group, rather than independently. Single tossing plays a crucial role in developing mental maturity and intelligence in the birds. This aspect is often overlooked by trainers. While many pigeons may appear physically fit, it is their internal qualities that truly matter on race day: intelligence, confidence, and the ability to think independently and lead, rather than follow other birds. Single tossing aids in educating the bird and building its confidence to fly alone. Another aspect that is often overlooked is that birds will eat and drink in the shipping baskets used by local clubs. Successful trainers educate their young birds by obtaining baskets identical to those used by the club. These baskets are of the same size, color, have food and water in the same locations, and feature the same release mechanism as the club's crates. By repeatedly training the birds to eat and drink from these baskets before the first race, they become familiar with what to expect on basket night. This familiarity provides a significant advantage, as the young birds know where to find food and water. We take no chances and prepare them in advance for this new experience. In each situation, we ensure that our birds are prepared for new experiences in advance. Our teaching and learning techniques help them think and navigate independently from other birds in the race. It is important to understand that we breed and train athletes. There is no difference between training and coaching human or animal athletes. Both require athletic ability, proper training and coaching before the competition, excellent diets, good health and hygiene practices, plenty of rest, a regular routine, and a stress-free environment to stay in optimal condition and compete week after week to win significant prizes. In South Africa, we have several types of races for both young and old birds. We highly value birds that successfully compete in classic races, where each loft enters its best birds for a special race. It is the best against the best from each loft. Race distances range from 250 kilometers to over 1,000 kilometers. These birds are exceptional because they possess intelligence, orientation skills, navigation abilities, motivation, determination, desire, courage, and heart. They fly as individuals, covering long distances relying solely on their own abilities. They are leaders, not followers. Birds that perform well in such races usually become excellent breeders and hold significant value in their owners' breeding lofts. In each case, the birds must prove themselves under challenging race conditions, after having received proper education and preparation. Successful pigeon racing requires meticulous preparation and attention to detail. Every aspect of training and conditioning is aimed at developing the bird's physical and mental abilities. As trainers, we strive to create an environment where the birds can flourish and reach their full potential. The training regimen is carefully designed to gradually expose the birds to longer distances and unfamiliar territories. By starting with shorter training tosses closer to the loft, we allow the birds to familiarize themselves with the surrounding area. As the training progresses, the distance is increased, challenging the birds to navigate new routes and rely on their innate homing instincts. The significance of single tosses cannot be overstated. These exercises push the birds to think independently and rely on their own navigational skills. By releasing them individually and at intervals, we encourage them to make decisions and find their way home without the influence of other birds. This cultivates a sense of self-reliance and builds their confidence as individual racers. Nutrition and hydration are vital aspects of the bird's care. A well-fed and hydrated bird is better equipped to handle the physical demands of racing. Hunger during training or races can have detrimental effects on the bird's performance and well-being. Therefore, we ensure that the birds are always provided with an ample supply of food and water, both during training and at the loft. Furthermore, familiarizing the birds with the club's shipping baskets is a clever strategy. By using identical baskets in training sessions, we acclimate the birds to the environment they will encounter on race day. This preparation helps them feel at ease and locate the necessary resources, such as food and water, in the baskets. This attention to detail minimizes stress and optimizes their performance during races. In conclusion, successful pigeon racing requires a combination of physical conditioning, mental fortitude, and strategic preparation. Through a systematic training program, individual tosses, proper nutrition, and familiarization with race day conditions, we aim to develop well-rounded and independent racing pigeons capable of conquering long distances and achieving greatness in the sport. There are many reasons to buy my racing pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, young birds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at racing pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment.